Alrighty, fellas, good morning. Yo, what's up? Patrouski here for another PokeMMO stream recap, your daily source of tips, tricks, information, discussion, conversation, what's happening inside the PokeMMO community. Sorry if my voice is a little nasally, a little obnoxious, a little Fran Drescher action. Shout out to her, love her. Let's go ahead and jump into what's going on, the news, the tips, the tricks, the average stuff for the PokeMMO stream recap. First things first, catch events as per usual, as per normal. We have 4 banger catch events coming up. I'm going to run them a little bit quicker since I've covered these a few times, but I still want people to be aware of them. Really good shiny prizes, really good catch events coming up. There's this Golett catch event on the 13th of December, this Saturday, so like in a few days, like 2 days. This Saturday at 11 a.m. ET over at Dragon Spiral Tower. It's in the tower itself in Unova. I believe it's like the second floor is the best place to go to. Dragon Spiral Tower, Unova. You have 1 hour to catch. Blah, blah, blah. Details. If you want to see these details in detail, you can go check them out on the forums. I've also covered these catch events multiple times in other stream recaps. I don't want to waste you guys' time, right? Shiny Golett is up for grabs with really good IVs. One of the best Pokemon for single encounter shiny hunting, or arguably the best in PokeMMO right here. Shiny Golett. Plus, you get 1,000 free RP on top of it. Really good for main accounts, really good for IronMan accounts. Right before Xmas event, it's the perfect time to win this kind of event, you know, or even just place top 4. Next up, the Cacturn catch event this Sunday, this weekend on the 14th of December at 1 p.m. ET at Route 228 in Sinnoh. Pokemon to catch, yada, yada, yada. Shiny Cacnea is the prize and some big RP up for grabs. Another fantastic shiny to save you a few hundred hours or so of shunting if you can just win that Cacnea, win that Golett, and save some Lepa berries on the Golett, some Pokeyen, right? Next up, a really cute Miss Magius catch event on Friday, the 19th of December at 6 p.m. ET in the Safari Zone over in Johto in the forest area. You've got some Pokemon here to catch. You've got no nature bonuses, and you have a shiny Miss up for grabs with some free RP on the table. Once again, these mons do have good IVs. You can do 3 selectable IVs. For like Miss for example, you would probably do like Modest or Timid, depending on whether you want to use it in PVM or PvP mostly. Usually for PVM, you go plus damage, so like Modest, and then for PvP, usually plus speed, but it depends on the Pokemon. And then for 3 selectable IVs on a thing like Misdrevious, 31 Spatak, 31 speed, and like you go 31 HP, something like that, as the, or like Spadef as the final option. Next up, I believe this is a new catch event posted. Dude, so many good catch events, good arts coming up December 20th. So this is like pretty close to Christmas. We're getting closer and closer to Christmas and closer to the Christmas event. The Xmas event, for those who don't know, will probably drop at around 6 to 8 p.m. either on December 24th, 25th, or 26th. That is usually where we see the Xmas event. We never know for sure. The Xmas event out of any event in PokeMMO is the one that gets like delayed the most. And by delayed, I mean like maybe the 26th or 27th, like the latest you'll see it drop, but just keep an eye out for that. This catch event, though, Saturday the 20th of December at 5 p.m. ET over at Route 3 in Unova. Purrloin is +5, Pidove is -5. This is a really early game catch event, so you don't have to have that much progress, storyline progress done. Really good for newer players, people who don't have Unova done yet. You could get yourself a shiny Purrloin. Shiny Purrloin's honestly cooler looking than I recall, but shiny Liepard, I think shiny Liepard takes the cake. Let's go grab that in game really quick. Shiny Liepard is actually a very cool shiny. Let's see if I can, like, this is a cool shiny. Undershunted Pokemon, very cool shiny, very cool Pokemon to go ahead and win for free potentially from this event and get some free RP along the way. Check out these catch events. If you're an IronMan account, it's super efficient. If you're a main account, catch events are just a fantastic way to break up some monotony, break up the grind, and go do something fun involved with the community. And it's still like, it's not like the most efficient thing, but it's not inefficient either, if you know what I mean. Next up, I wanted to cover, there's a very cool PvP tournament coming up. There's PvP tournaments, if you don't know, almost every day in PokeMMO. It's one of the coolest, underrated things. The PokeMMO community is very active in PokeMMO. It's been a little slower over the past 2 months because of event season. I think people are kind of burnt out or kind of exhausted from events, understandably so. Also, IRL obligations. People are decorating, people are buying presents, wrapping presents, doing real things in the real world, you know? It might shock people, but PokeMMO is not all just turbo online people. It is a lot of people with, you know, families and wives and kids and people with things going on. So you often do see people taking a break during the Christmas season or just holiday season, excuse me. But here, so this upcoming event though is very, very fucking cool. The Mock Punch tournament, OU PvP tournament. What stood out to me is that this is a shiny gift Conkeldurr. Shiny gift Conkeldurr. This is like the fucking holy grail for an IronMan account. If you can win this as an IronMan, oof, it might be like the rarest shiny you could you could get, but like, it's up there. Like, this is such an insanely hard thing to do. For those who don't know, if you follow my IronMan rules, trade evos are against you cannot trade even for evolutions. You don't need to, because you can complete the Pokedex via, like, a Conkeldurr is a great example. Conkeldurr is a lore Pokemon. You can find it in the wild as an Ironman account. So I think keeping things as restrictive as possible is ideal when you're playing an account that's purposely restrictive, like an Ironman account, which cannot trade nor use the GTL, right? Now, the problem with this is you cannot get edge moves on a Pokemon that you can't evolve, right? So you can't breed Conkeldurr, right? So level 1 of realizing how impressive and how hard a competitive Conkeldurr is on an Ironman account is you can't breed it at all. The level 1 difficulty is you literally can't breed it at all. You have to wild catch a competitive Conkeldurr on an Ironman account. That itself is incredibly hard. You have to roll correct nature, being like adamant. You really don't want lonely or naughty. You want adamant or brave on a Conkeldurr. You want to have that bulk. It actually matters. And then having 20 plus in every stat that isn't like maybe speed or Spatak. That's a hard Pokemon to randomly roll, right? So that's level 1. Level 2 is realizing that you'll never be able to get Mach Punch on Conkeldurr, which is an extremely important egg move. Extremely important egg move on this very very slow but bulky, hard-hitting Pokemon, right? However, the one way you can get a good IV Mach Punch Conkeldurr is by winning one from a PvP reward or some sort of tournament. Sometimes Conkeldurr will pop up as a PvP reward over here, and you can get him 2 times 31 in attack and HP or whatever, or speed or whatever, and then get an edge move on him, get that Mach Punch, right? So PvP rewards and tournaments, one of the only ways to get a good Conkeldurr on an Ironman account. What makes this really special is that it's a shiny, right? Like, this is, and I can't imagine I can't imagine maybe like one of these happen a year. Like how rare this kind of tournament is for an Ironman to even have a chance at winning. You'd have to beat out 128 other people. If an Ironman wins this tournament, it will be one of the rarest shinies, one of the rarest Pokemon on an Ironman account in PokeMMO for probably a very, very long time. So I wanted to shout it out. It's a very cool opportunity for Ironman account or just PvP players in general. Next up, time for our PokeMMO community showcase. If you want to show off your achievements in game of PokeMMO, show off what you're working on, what you've been grinding for, show it over in my Discord. In my Discord, we have a page called the Achievement Showcase. I also like to just kind of peek around my Discord and see what people are doing if possible. First things first, Iron Bowl, I'm gonna say, got himself a shiny Druddigon. Apologies if I got your name. You can yell at me in the comments if I got your name wrong. Got a shiny Druddigon. I love shiny Druddigon, one of my favorite shinies in PokeMMO. It's a really love it or hate it situation. Really insane color profile. I love it. I love the weird bright greens and the orange and that contrast, and I love Druddigon. Fantastic shiny. Congrats to this guy. I think it's a really freaking cool Pokemon on an Ironman account at like 6,000 encounters. Congratulations, dude. Next up, a returning player. Returning player from 2012 and 2013.
What's up?
Came back.
What's up, man?
Thank you for the tip, Oso. I will thank you properly here in a quick sec. Oh my
Just
goodness.
finished my last exam of the semester. Figured I'd send a little dono cause I'll be here a ton for the next
That's
while.
actually hype as hell. Congrats. School is a whole... I'll thank you properly here in a quick sec, but that's insane. Congratulations, man. School is a fucking tough task that is normalized. I can't imagine. That's a lot of work, man. More power to you. Anyways, Binky Cat got themselves a returning player from 2012-2013, got themselves a shiny Mawile. Coming back from the game and getting your first shiny ever. Like, first shiny ever, right? Like, I get that feeling. I played in 2013 and I didn't get my first shiny in PokeMMO. A lot of people don't remember until 2020. You know, it took me like 7 years or whatever to get my first shiny in PokeMMO. 7-8 years. It was like 2020 or 2021. Some people it's just a long grind, or you go dry, or like things are just different. Back then it was single encounters. Like back then hordes weren't in the game for a lot of that period. It's an insane feeling. Congratulations to Binky Cat. Congratulations, and I'm glad you came back to the game. Next up, Lamentless finished their Pokedex. It's one of those things, man. Completing your Pokedex is a big grind. It's a massive milestone for so many players. It unlocks so many things. I'm literally at Mount Silver in game right now, bro. People forget. It was only about 2 years ago? 2 years ago, there was no reason to complete your Pokedex, and people didn't really do it. Some people did for completionists. Shout out to those people. Like, that was the real grinders. But, like, I didn't have my Pokedex completed. There was no beneficial reason to. And it wasn't until about 2 years or so ago when they added, like, the Johto era, completing your Pokedex gives you access to Mount Silver, which gave you access to an alpha unique Tyranitar spawn, gave you access to the new best XP training spot in the game, gave you access to a bunch of new EV training spots. Like, I think Mount Silver and the rewards for completing your Pokedex are one of the best additions they've ever added to the game. So shout out to this person for completing their Pokedex is a big goal, and I think it's really, really cool. I'm really glad they did that because it encourages that Pokemon mentality of gotta catch them all. Anything that encourages like that old school, you know, the point of the game, I think is a lot of fun. It's one of those goals, like Ash's goal in the series. I don't like work on the Pokedex, but it, you know, I think it's really cool. So I just wanted to shout that out. Congrats to Lamentless. And then next up, just another quick shiny, but this one's not any shiny. It is a Safari shiny over to Big Dick. Congratulations, man. Got himself a Safari shiny Quagsire at like 2,000 encounters. He said that he thought he was recording, but realized he was so excited he forgot to click record. I've been in those like close moments. Congratulations to this guy. Safari shinies are, I'm glad he caught it. I'm glad he caught it. The terrifying thing is if he like wasn't recording and then didn't catch it. I'm glad he caught it. Congratulations to him, dude. Yeah, fire OT, yeah, something like that. Amazing shiny Quagsire. Love a Safari shiny. That's our community showcase for today. I'm gonna go ahead and get to work. We are mostly gonna be shiny hunting today on the IronMan account, and I'm really excited for that. So hopefully we can get some cool clips, but I'm expecting to go dry. My IronMan account has been notoriously stupidly lucky. I've said it once, I will say it again. This account has been insanely lucky. The wild catches, even my shiny rates, like it's been insane. So I'm honestly expecting to go like 80k dry on this hunt, but we'll see what happens. Let's jump into it. This is a great question, random question, but I was wondering, is it bannable to make spare accounts just for the purpose of extra storage space? I'm new and no, that is perfectly allowed and perfectly encouraged. I think it's a great thing as a new player to secure the usernames you want, have those alt accounts for that storage. I recommend it severely, unless you care about egg hunting. So like, the thing you can do is you could buy PC expansion drives, but they're really, really expensive. I try to tell people, unless you care about egg shiny hunting, which egg shiny hunting just takes a lot of space. You kind of need a lot of space for that. You can't really get around that. Unless you're egg shunting, I would just, you want to avoid buying these because they're just so expensive. They're so expensive, dude. 800 RP for 60 more spaces. If you're egg shunting, this is kind of required at some point, unfortunately. But if you're not even though, we can get around it. If you're not egg shunting, I would just use alt accounts for extra bank space, extra storage. Fantastic thing to bring up to new players. Pat, what do you think of the chances of them adding the Regi, the legendary Regis, as roaming legendaries in Hoenn? I'm going to be honest, I think it's kind of low just because the developers have expressed they don't really like the mechanics of roaming legendaries, which I kind of I agree with kind of. I like the idea of roaming legendaries. Like, I like the idea of one roaming legendary per region, and roaming legendaries sort of being like this background task of like, oh, are you catching Pokemon for profit? Or single encounter shiny hunting? Oh, you also just have a random chance for a legendary while you're doing those activities, right? I think that's what makes roaming legendaries the most fun. But it's roaming legendary hunting, like specifically going for it, feels like ass, just running back and forth. Like, I'd rather be single encounter shunting, because at least then you expect more of a long haul, more of like a long journey. But legendary hunting is supposed to be like, it's a long-ish hunt, but like still short enough to where like you're kind of impatient and like it feels as a big shunter, legendary hunting in my opinion feels worse than shunting. I don't know why, but it just does, right? So I don't think they'll introduce the Regis as roaming legends. I could be wrong. Well, they have expressed not really liking the mechanic that much and it kind of being like a not as creative as they would like. I think it's more likely they introduce some sort of raid. Especially with the Regis, I could see them introducing some sort of raid where it's like you fighting all like 3 or 4 or like all at once. I think that's really cool, right? I think that's really, really interesting. Sorry for my ignorance, but what's the advantage of different legendaries? They're just legendaries are powerful. Legendaries are just inherently broken Pokemon. They're not like really balanced on purpose, kind of. I was actually checking the double statistics earlier. And when I tell people like we have to be careful about how we add legendaries into PokeMMO, this is why. Like out of the top 4 Pokemon in doubles, 3 of them are legendaries, and then Tyranitar is the only one that isn't, and it has a bad, like, not a great win rate. Like, legendaries are very powerful. They're inherently stronger than other not all, to be fair, not all legendaries, you know, not all legendaries are made equal. Things like the Regi trios would be, the Regis would like do nothing. They would be like maybe an NU. Like, the Regis would be really easy to add to the game in a balanced perspective because they would not be broken by any means, you know. Yeah, the top 5 are 3 legendaries and 2 pseudos. Like, high base stats do just matter. Like, obviously Pokemon is cool because every Pokemon is a different thing and stuff like that, but you have to be careful. I always say, like, you can't, the reason we can't add like Mewtwo, for example, you can't really add Mewtwo permanently. You can, as a King of the Hill legendary, you know, the reason permanent Mewtwo can't get added, or it realistically probably can't, I don't want to say for sure, but is because it's just too strong. Mewtwo's special attack stat is so high, its stats, and it's so good that if they added Mewtwo, the game becomes monotonous. Where, like, you would ask yourself, okay, I need a psychic type attacker for this raid or this PVM or this whatever activity. The first thought will always be Mewtwo. Okay, grab Mewtwo, go. Like, they don't want raids to be grab 6 legendaries and queue up. Like, that's not fun. It's not interesting. It's not like, the coolest part about PokeMMO is that Primeape is a meta Pokemon in raids. That Plusle and Minun are meta Pokemon in fucking raids. It is the Pokemon is at its best when the most Pokemon are viable and usable in different ways. When things are viable in different PvP tiers, in PokeMMO, in raids, PokeMMO has been knocking it out of the park in terms of as many Pokemon being viable as possible across the game, right? The fact that Golurk with hidden ability access is the best single encounter shiny hunting Pokemon, the fact that Magic Bounce Xatu is good in PvP and matters for certain raids, like the fact that Prankster Murkrow is so good in raids, like all these interesting things that are terrible in other instances are really good in these other niche ones. And I think that's what makes PokeMMO so beautiful, is everybody's favorite Pokemon being given a chance to shine. Like, I think that's peak Pokemon in my personal opinion. Dude, what? This being wild caught is insane. Someone linked this to me. So my first and main shiny Pokemon, wild caught. Let me show for this. Look at these stats. This being wild caught is ludicrous. Just the most perfect placement. Beautiful. We were just talking about how much I love Altaria. Altaria is a very cool Pokemon, very cool shiny. It's one of the most Swiss Army knife. Like, you can do so many things. You can go Choice Specs, Draco Meteor, 2v2 special attack, 2v2 speed, Altaria. You can go bulky and go like Roost and go 2v2 attack, 2v2 HP. You can go Dragon Dance Altaria and go 2v2 attack, 2v2 speed. You can go bulky Dragon Dance and go HP and attack. You can go one-man army. One of my favorite builds on a Pokemon is like called the one-man army build. Miltank and like Altaria are some mons that can do this, where like Altaria, what you would do is you would go 2v2 HP, 2v2 special defense EVs, and you would go like what's the calm nature plus special defense minus attack. Okay, and then the moves would be Dragon Pulse as your only attacking move, a special, you know, stab dragon move. There's no fairy types that can be immune. Dragon Pulse, and then Roost, Heal Bell, and Cotton Guard. So the goal is to make your Altaria specially defensive enough with its stats and EVs and things like that, and then Cotton Guard to boost its defense by +3. So you become unkillable basically, and then just use like Heal Bell and Roost to stay healthy, and then hope that your Dragon Balls can like sweep or kill of some Pokemon. So that's one-man army builds, one of my favorite. I did this with Miltank, where you would run like Scrappy or Thick Fat. Scrappy is nice because you can kill ghost types. Like Scrappy Miltank with like Curse, Milk Drink, Heal Bell, and then like Body Slam. I love me some one-man army mods. They're just fun. They're not that good, but they're like fun. Alrighty, fellas, I wasn't planning on this, but I think it's a fun time to go ahead and do it. It's the holiday season. It's the season of giving. It's the final stream of the week. I'm going to go ahead and announce an impromptu shiny hunting extravaganza, okay? If you want to come shiny hunt at the same spot as me in game, you're welcome to do so. Anybody who gets a shiny in the same exact location as me, you don't have to be on the same channel, but I appreciate you being on the same channel so we can see everybody in the competition. I will hop over to my main account and I will send you 1 million Pokeyen on top of your shiny. So head over to Route 16 over in Unova on channel 3. We are shunting Minchino and Trubbish, and if you get yourself a shiny, I would love to spectate the battle, and you'll also get yourself a free 1 million Pokeyen. Good luck to everybody participating, and this is what PokeMMO is all about. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Oh my god, I got one. No, your first shiny. Cloud guy, where are you at in game? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? What's your IGN? Oh, please tell me you're here. Top right. Oh, let's go, dude. Yes, dude. His first shiny. I love it. I love it. This is what PokeMMO is all about, dude. Group shunting. Bro gets his first ever shiny Pokemon and wins 1 million Pokeyen at the same time. Fucking congratulations, dude. What's the gender? It's male, which is actually ideal, so you can use it to as a cute charmer to get female shinies in the future. Let's fucking go, Cloud. That's amazing. I'm gonna copy your name. I'm gonna hop over to the main account and send you that Pokeyen ASAP. Congratulations, dude. All right, just a quick clip of me showing the proof that I am sending him the Pokeyen, dude. Congratulations again for your first shiny. It's just so insanely perfect, dude. Insanely congratulations. All right, fellas, I think I'm going to go ahead and take a second to change locations. We're going to change up the Shuntathon. I'm still looking for a cute charm Pokemon, mostly on the IronMan account, but instead, we're going to head over to Black City. And then northeast of Black City, there's a ×5 horde of Jigglypuff up here. I'll show you really quick. I'm going to heal up really quick. But so we are changing locations. We're changing Pokemon. If you want to continue the Shuntathon, you do have to come over to the new spot, the Jigglypuff location. Good luck to everybody showing alongside us, and hopefully we'll see a little pink puffball with some green eyes. All right, while we're shiny hunting, I do have a new wife guy Pokemon themed advent calendar present to go ahead and open. My wife made this for me. If you haven't seen it, they've been in the stream recaps recently. We've already selected this one for the day. I'm gonna go ahead and open it. I have no idea what it is. It's a little, it's a little cute Psyduck plush. And not only is it like a Psyduck plush, but it also has, you can like stick it to a window. Can I stick it to my monitor? I think I can, like my computer. Wait, that's actually goated. Wait, no, it fell. But anyways, that'll be a good. I thought it was a slipper. Me when I've been sick recently, bro. He's resting, he's chilling. Dude, I've been talking about mysterious dust balls potentially going down in price prior to or like around when the Xmas event drops, and they've already dropped 10% in the past 24 hours in / like 7 days. Look at this. They were 44,000 Pokeyen like yesterday, and now they're like 40k. I'm on my IronMan account, so I obviously can't buy this, but are these just being underlisted? Like, what's the, yeah, this is people, 100 listed for 41k. I'm going to be keeping a big eye on mysterious dust balls on my main account during Xmas. I think I've said it once, I'll say it again. I think a lot of people are going to be like panic selling their investments from Halloween during Xmas to buy the next new flashy thing. I think it's one of the best things to watch out for, in my personal opinion. So I'll be looking out on my main account as an investment early on in that event. Dude, perfect timing. Did someone just get a shiny? Apparently we have a second winner, a second Shuntathon winner. What's your IGN? TK Taze is the dude. Let's see, what's your IGN, King? Oh, I think I found you. Nice, dude. Let's fucking go, man. Are you serious? The impromptu Shuntathon, we end up with 2 winners. That's hype as hell, man. I'm gonna copy your name, hop over to the main account, and send you some Pokeyen. Congrats on the shiny, dude. Dude, here is your Pokeyen over to Taze TK, man. Congratulations on the shiny, dude. And I'm really glad we had at least 2 winners today, dude. It was also, he was saying it was also his first shiny. That's both winners today was their first shiny. If I can encourage people to go shiny hunt for the first time, break their first streak, and win some Pokeyen, that's what it's all about, man. Congratulations. This is a great, we can run some math. This is a great question. I was talking about, like, I haven't talked about this in a long time, but I used to talk about this a lot more when I shiny hunted actively. Someone asked if I should pop a shiny charm, and I was like, I don't really recommend it. I think shiny charms, in my opinion, should only really be used for like rare shunts, like egg shunts. I really don't recommend them for ×5 horde shunts. And someone said, like, well, don't you get more encounters though with hordes? Yes, but the shun is also that much faster. So, all right, a shiny charm saves you 10%, right? 10% of your shiny hunt. So a ×5 horde hunt takes about 30 hours on average. You get about 1,000 encounters per hour, 30,000, you know, shiny rate. It's about 30 hours. So if you do a shiny charm for every hour of the hunt, so popping 27 hours, you end up saving 3 hours, right? So if you pop shiny charms for an entire ×5 horde shunt, you only save 3 hours, right? And to save those 3 hours, it's going to cost you 27 times the cost of a shiny charm, which is around 200,000 Pokeyen, you are paying 5.4 million Pokeyen to save 3 hours. That is, you're almost paying 2 million Pokeyen to save an hour each. That's ludicrous. It is. I really do not recommend. Shiny charms are super not worth it. I have a few videos on it. If shiny charms are only really worth it if you're doing like rare shunts, like egg hunts, fossils, financially shiny charms are just super not worth it. If you want to pop anything, donator status, yeah, scam charms is kind of the meme, right? Donator status is fantastic. Donator status, which it costs more up front, right? But let me do an example, right? Let's do a 7-day. It's more, you can manage it, right? 7-day donor status, about 900,000 Pokeyen, right? That is the same cost as about 5, let's say, yeah, 5 shiny charms, I guess. Like 5 shiny charms would cost more, will be beneficial to the shiny charms, right? So that's 5. So if you buy think about it like this. If you buy a 7-day donor status and then hunt for 5 hours, you've already saved money you've already saved. It's the same as if you would buy 5 shiny charms, right? Anybody can like shiny hunt 5 hours in a week if you pop the new donor status. But if you can hunt more than that, that's where things really get really good. You know, if you could shunt let's be really reasonable, like 2 hours a day, you know, 2 hours a day times 7, that's 14 hours of shunting with a 10% boost at a 900,000 Pokeyen cost, right? If you were to do this with shiny charms, that would have actually costed you 2.8 mil. So like, even if you only shunt 2 hours a day, that makes donator status 3 times more efficient. Like shiny charms are 3 times more expensive. Like, I cannot recommend. You should probably, do whatever you want to do, like have fun. I'm just like speaking about efficiency. You can do whatever you want to do, but I recommend never popping shiny charm off of donator status. You should always have donator status first. Shiny charm is kind of like the super expensive like cherry on top. If you want to increase your shunting long term, donator status is good if you can sustain it and make the Pokeyen to keep buying it. Or if you want to use like a monthly membership for an MMO, sure. I haven't talked about this in a long time because I haven't been shunting as much, but this is like common stuff I used to cover all the time, you know? So just please keep in mind, like, donator status, so much better than shiny charm. I don't recommend shiny charms for most things, but donator status is pretty valid if you do a little bit of shunting every single day. Are there any boosted shinies during December because it's winter? I heard someone mentioning Vanillish. You explained. Great question. Vanillish is that the shiny rate isn't boosted, but Vanillish, you can I'll actually show you really quick. You can physically shunt Vanillish in PokeMMO during the winter a lot easier than out of other seasons because this snowbank falls. Normally this snowbank isn't here, so you literally can't access this location, and you can get ×5 hordes of Vanillish here really close to a PC. So that's why Vanillish shunting becomes like a thing in December and in winter seasons in game. Apparently someone just got another shiny actually. Are you serious? Wait, Victor, what's your IGN? I'll head back to the Jigglypuff spot as soon as possible. Insane, congratulations. I'm gonna be heading over there, but yeah, that's the Vanillish thing explained. There are certain other things like Ursaring goes into like hibernation, like is the lore. There's things like that pop up during winter shunts or winter locations. All right, fellas, final call. Any more shinies? I think we gave away like 2 million Pokeyen today. Not bad for an impromptu shiny war. Any more shinies, fellas? I think we're going to go ahead and call it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream recap as per usual. Like it if you did. Dislike if not. Subscribe to the channel for daily Pokemon videos. I do upload every single day. I have Xmas guides coming out this weekend for newer players and beginner players who want more like designated simple focuses to focus on. If you enjoy the content, above and beyond support, YouTube memberships, Twitch Primes, Twitch subs, and PayPal and Venmo donations help out dramatically. Thank you for watching. Happy holidays. I will see you guys next Monday. I'll see you guys. But for now, peace, Reno, fellas. Yo, what's up? Outro Patrouski here. I wanted to take this second to say thank you so much for watching the entire video. It is thanks to people like you I'm able to make the content that I do, as well as everybody whose name is listed here. That's it for me. Have a fantastic day.